Welcome to the Old World Fanatics, your Warhammer fantasy podcast to quench your hobby thirst for all things the Old World. I'm one of your hosts, Gomo, and I'm back as usual with Andrew and Josh. How's everyone going?
Pretty well.
Pumped up?
That was a flawless open, by the way.
It was.
Well done.
I didn't mention
Beautiful.
that before we
Music
were
to
talking
my
because I didn't
ears.
want to stress myself out. I just got to do it.
Oh, man.
Were you guys just like sitting, waiting if he's going to fuck it up? So you're like, oh,
No, not at all. Not at all. It was music to my ears. I was just really.
Why do you think I
enjoying
had
it.
wine already? I'm having wine. That's probably what
Wine.
makes it easy.
Loosen
Anyway,
up.
sorry.
Performance
We're
enhancing.
straight into it already, just off script. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Anyone
script.
been up to anything
That is script.
interesting? Sorry, if you're getting this late, people, we've been recording a day late sometimes, and then that sometimes pushes when we get these things out. But as usual,
this
life
one's
gets
my
in the
fault.
way occasionally. That's so cool.
I had a farewell party for a work colleague last night. On Monday
Oh,
night, of course, because why not? Monday night. But
As
yeah,
you do.
so apologies, everyone. But yeah, we might be a
All
little
good.
bit late.
It's I mean, lucky we don't record like weekends or Friday. Like you get smashed with Christmas parties and all that sort of
Oh,
stuff. Like coming into this month, this part of the year. So.
Yeah, I feel like there's a reason we mainly do Monday nights, isn't there?
Yeah.
Well, we have we finally got some new Old World stuff to talk about. So we've got the live stream that I did that on, what was that? Jeez, now I'm confused. Saturday morning here, I think it was, wasn't it? Yeah.
Was that Saturday morning? Yeah. Like 4 or
Yeah.
5 days ago. Yeah.
Yeah, so we had the live stream from the Warhammer, whatever it was, World Championships in, I think it was in Atlanta. Who knows? That was a really good reveal, actually. Obviously, we got an extra surprise out of that, which basically got two new factions for the Old World, which is really cool. Sort of. But in terms of even like the stuff that wasn't Old Worldish, I thought it was a really good. Like some of the, I can't remember what it was, but is it the death something of Krieg? What's it called? The Imperial Guard dudes on.
Oh, yeah.
Sweet
Like
ass
the World
horse
War
looking
One
things.
kind of.
Yeah. Like those were
fun.
just fantastic looking, and I think all of them were like pretty good looking stuff. So. Yeah, hitting out of the park to finish the year off. Games Workshop was, considering some of their other reveals sometimes are a bit hit and miss.
Yeah.
Obviously, we got Empire, we got a few little surprises in there, and then we woke up this morning. Luckily, Josh made us push it back a day because we got another reveal just this morning from was it Frydaal,
the chain
special
maker.
character, the chain maker from the Chaos Arcane Journal. So we'll have a look at that as well. And just our odds and ends with our patrons. Patreon question. Sean sent another quiz, so we have to do that one. And I think Josh has a lot of hobby to get through. So, there's no other topics. There's not gaming topics. It's just news and all our normal cool chats with our patrons and all the things they send us. So I think that'll be enough to get through and a big, help hopefully people get a few figures painted while we're rambling. So
2-hour meal. Big help.
Yeah, I got to go
Exactly
into
right.
the.
Podcast meal coming up.
But before we kick that off, I will, as usual, give our patrons a big shout out. For those who don't know, we've got a Patreon over patreon.com/oldworldfanatics. I think we got a new Patreon this week. These awesome folks help us basically by supporting us a couple of different tiers, and then send us a lot of either awesome painting and hobby or some cool questions every week on our private Discord channel on the Australian Discord Old World server. So if you want to be a part of that, jump over to, like I said, patreon.com/oldworldfanatics, jump on a tier and join up with the rest of them, which is really big thanks. But with that, you get a cool shout out. If it's cool, I don't know. It's getting long. It's 45, and I did stop like not doing this every week, but got complaints, so we're gonna keep doing it. So
You got busy complaints.
Masses have spoken.
that's right. Yeah, not too bad. But anyway, we got a new. I think is there only one? Might have been one or two this week. I can't remember. But our newest is Nick on the 2D6 Battle Report and Hobby Hour tier. So thanks, Nick, for joining that. To go along with, here we go. We've got Grant Vanderbush. I think he was joined last week. Is that right?
He last week? Or this? Yeah.
No, I think it was because him and Chris Bowler. And we'll talk about that in a minute again, just as a reminder. Chris Bowler, Drunk Hammer Nate, Ben, Shooter Louie, Schmlandrew, I can never say that one. Benoit, Edward Fawcett, Cameron White, or the dentist, I should say, James McQuillan, Liam Fallon, Tommy Kublin, Jay McBride, Flatwell's Edge, Sexy Jelly, Herald of the Old World, Keel Hurd, David Dodge Lancaster, Tommy Dogs, Matthew Klein, Thumper, Matt Morris, Thomas Vavasow, Griff, Jess Tors, Wood Duck, Josh Griffiths, Ninanawam, Daniel Broadstock, Jonathan Wengler, Elliot Mitchum, and a big thanks to Gilthos Draconos as usual. He has been, he's just a legend hobbyist, and some of the stuff he shares is definitely worth jumping in and taking a look at. Diesel, Denny Gamer, William Payne, Robert Z. I can't say this.
Biddy Royd,
Wienerman. Oh, it is a wiener.
Oh,
is
wow.
something coming out the end of it, or is it a person wearing?
I think it's a person.
Is that a stick figure? And
it's a stick figure.
Oh, is that his hat? What is that?
No, I think it's his head.
Is the wiener head?
Is the wiener.
Right. Andrew Harris.
Because he's got glasses, he's got spectacles on the testicles.
Right. Okay, nice. Oh, yes, I can see that. Yeah. Andrew Harris, Bobby Gurka, Gulwit, Sean Ritchie, Todd Lloyd, and Chapstick. It's good to know that it's gone back to the juvenile humour. It was getting a bit tame there for a bit.
I'm all for it. It's probably the most juvenile one we've had, really.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, big thanks. If we don't expect everyone to jump over and join the Patreons, but you can. If you are on YouTube, like, subscribe, and comment on our videos. It really helps us get a bunch of reach. We are actually working on merch, but we're actually working on logo redesign first to make the merch easier. So it's come up a few times, and obviously we've got a lot of patrons and stuff, and we've got some members and all that sort of stuff. So we want to offer a little bit more and do things like that. So that will be coming. It's just takes time to find the right people because we have a vision. But we want it to. If you're a graphic designer, throw your hand in the ring and let's chat. So anyway, do you want to jump on to Patreon questions as a bit of a segue straight into that?
I actually had to quickly run in and have a read.
Well, you know what? I haven't read them. Josh put these in. I have not looked at any. I think you put them in, didn't you, Josh?
It's a really good.
Was Miss Junk's the first one?
Is that bad to the patrons? Just do they want us to prepare for this, or is it more fun when we haven't even seen them?
I don't know. I'm not sure what their expectations are. They seem to enjoy our answers regardless of how ill prepared we are for them.
Yeah.
All right, but these were we got quite a few of them because there were 3 that were like late entrance last week, like we didn't
I missed some.
And then they
I'm glad you worked it out.
I'm like, guys,
who was the first?
Too late. What are you doing?
Where am I going?
Hey?
Who was the first?
Schmlandrew, Eugene Sheffer, as I like to call him.
Yep.
Shall I just throw the question out?
We've got to make him change his name back because I can't.
I got to keep calling. I can't forget.
Sometimes I can say Eugene Chaffel. Heaps easier.
I can't find it. Oh god, there's so many. There's so many bloody.
You still looking through? Oh, you're looking at the Discord. Do you want me to tell you?
I'm scrolling up. There's like 30 new messages. I haven't got on the Discord in the last I've been flat out. So
there's been a lot of questions on the Discord. It's from the.
All right, Josh, you can be the question man.
Yeah. So, man. Eugene, whatever. He asked, champions, musicians, and standard bearers, what are your tactical considerations for including or omitting them from your units?
Ooh.
I feel like we're in the quiz section.
Yeah, it is a little bit. Before I answer that, I would like to say, I can't remember if that was Schmlandrew or not, but someone definitely gave us that hint about different scenarios or comp and saying that you have to take a full command. I actually like that. So we talked about that.
That was Benoit, wasn't it?
Was it? Yeah.
That was part of his. It was full command, and then
I want to play that one day
or something. But
you just got
to. I like that.
Yeah.
I did like that comp.
Sort of as negates the question because you have to take it. But look, I mean, I've got I've got an easy answer on some of them, and that's playing undead. Obviously, there's certain times you don't bother with, say, musos.
Mm.
I feel like standard
right.
bearers to me are always. I feel like in tournaments, the only reason I would take them is if I've got a unit that has to have combat res. If not, a lot of the times I don't. Like unless I need to for the tournament pack, because I feel like I throw away units and they die, but I think it's a bit harder, isn't it, to capture the banners? Don't you have to in old world? Is it a bit more particular when you get the 50 points? Or am I wrong on that?
Oh, I thought it was. I thought it was like
Was it always the same? You've got to. I think it's because it's hard to break. Like it's hard to technically break.
Maybe it's just harder
sometimes
to actually break them.
Yeah.
I think the rules.
When you kill the unit.
Yeah. And obviously, magic banners, flow into this a lot. Where if you want to get benefits, you got to bring a banner. So.
Yeah.
I mean, one thing is they've made the command choices cheaper than historically it used to be.
Yeah.
Like they come down in price quite a bit, which makes it a lot easier to justify buying it. I think the problem with Standard Bearer, as you say, is that it does come with a major drawback for a throwaway unit with the loss of those victory points. I agree, though. I think, you be putting the standard on stuff that you're actually hoping to win combat. You need the combat res for. Your little sacrificial units, it's like, why would you put in the extra cost for any of it? What is there to say?
It's interesting, some of the chariots and stuff, you can take banners, or some of those solo units, even I might be wrong here, but the dragon ogres, can they just take a command? No, it must be the chariots I'm thinking of. And you can have a chariot, like a black orc chariot, just as a standard bearer, and suddenly you start thinking, okay, well, I might take that, even though he might die. He's also might not, because he might be going up against pretty crappy units, and if he gets a charge off, he's got first charge. I think he has a first charge, plus being a standard bearer as well. Suddenly, it's just giving you that little punch that you might need occasionally. What about champions, though, guys? Do you end up just pretty much always taking them?
If I'm in a unit that, as a standard bearer, I almost always will end up with a champion as well. Like, if they're going to be in combat a lot, you sort of want that ability to challenge things. The nice little bit of extra output of damage for, very reasonable cost. I think it's generally justified, isn't it? Like, would you ever take a champion without a standard? Or a muso, just champion by itself?
I probably would with undead sometimes. I'm trying to think when I have. Well, I probably have. Like, if I'm not, so for example, the big skeleton block, like the archers, unless I'm in a comp where I think I need a banner for something, the poison thing doesn't come from the banner. You start going, unless you get that desert wind banner that you move stuff around, you sort of go, well, you have a champion in there because you can keep raising him back. But you probably wouldn't have a banner, or potentially might not have a banner. So that's pretty specific, though, because undead are so different here. Like, champions can raise back, so you want to try to have champions. You want to have cool magic weapons on them because you can never get rid of them. Stuff like that.
Yeah.
And that's sort of, I'm a bit skewed because of that, playing Tomb Kings for so long.
I find the champions for an infantry unit or a cav unit or a unit that only has one attack per se, or maybe two attacks at the most, I would. But when I have larger models and units that have multiple attacks, I find if you've got a champion in there and he gets challenged out, then you could be missing out on a lot of attacks, because either A, your champion declines, which means you're missing out on his attacks, or B, your champion takes it and then it's only his attacks you're using. So if you've got a real heavy hitting unit, like my Vargeist, for example, they got 4 attacks each with Frenzy. So sometimes I'm real skeptical. I'm trying to work out what I want to do with them, because if they're going to go into, something where I can get challenged out, then, if you only got a unit of 3, or chariots, for example, if you got a unit where you can take a champion in chariots, you can be missing out on a lot of attacks there. So I do have a bit of a think, about what I'm going to do with that unit, and if it will be going in and be able to be challenged out.
I will admit, it's I don't know if you played this when you were a kid, but like you either didn't play the rules at all, right? But once you started to play the rules, right, you just put full command on everything. It was just
Yeah.
natural. Like I don't know, like it was just like full command, full command. And I think it's because Games Workshop used to do it in the battle revolts. It was like full command, full command.
Yeah.
Because it looks
Yeah.
better. Like everyone, you know,
It
the
does look
figures.
better.
yeah,
It's
so-
very thematic.
And
very
it's not until
thematic.
you start playing more and then you go, oh, yeah, why did I put that on there? You know.
Yeah, you got to think, is that unit going to die? And then you're like, oh, do I want to give away 50 points in my banner? That's the other thing. Like you were saying, Goblin, obviously.
Yeah, why did I put this standard on my unit of scouting squires?
Now, Musos obviously give you the rally +1 and all that sort of stuff as well. So, like, again, it depends what you're doing with them. And obviously,
yeah,
being
Musos,
undead,
yeah.
we don't run away, so we never look at it. But if you're playing, like, I've done that a little bit with the Night Goblin units with the Fanatics. I sometimes I'll take a Muso on them, and potentially, probably not Standard Bearer, but like Champ, if they get challenged out or something. But they're probably going to be doing some rallying. So, like,
yeah.
you know,
I think that's a good, that is sort of the time you would just go, Champ, Muso, isn't it? Like you've got a block that needs a bit of protection, but you don't want to be losing victory points if they do get taken out, and they can be taken out pretty easily.
Yeah.
It's just the cost of the standard isn't really warranted. Musos are useful though. Obviously, I'm on fast cav and the type of thing, anything that's going to be fleeing regularly.
Yeah.
Yeah, Musos are good. Shall I just keep going through the questions?
Yeah, just keep going.
Cool. All right. So Jelly. So this is another early one. Well, late last week. He asks, what's the best way to deal with Fanatics? Most players will hold and release during a turn. During a turn, you will charge to get the double hit. How would you bait a release if you don't have chaff?
I haven't had to play against him yet. Are they still crazily bad given that the changes to the... I know this doesn't answer the question specifically, but how bad? How much are you seeing? It's like, obviously I've been doing this ranking site, and I've noticed that like you're seeing a drop off in terms of Orc and Goblin participation. I reckon. Actually, that's a good graph I should show. Like last month's faction counts rather than just the whole faction counts. Yeah, like
Yeah, I'd like to see that.
But yeah, because I'm just wondering how much how much. That was just a thing that popped up in my
Just
head.
because they're able to limit how many they could be fielded in total. Because I think it was very oppressive when it was.
Like how many people
plus.
are facing 9, for example?
Yeah.
Probably not as much anymore.
No.
It's quite expensive, like when you got to think about all the bosses and whatnot that you got to buy as well. So it's quite the investment, isn't it? Is it a boss and a mage that you got to get access to the?
No, you just need.
Is it just a boss?
You need character like a knight. So
either one.
Yeah.
So you could have like a shaman, goblin shaman, couple of goblin shamans.
Yeah, most people end up having to drag a boss across because if you otherwise you end up with 3 mages. It starts spending a bit of money.
Yeah, you would. Yeah.
Because there's a threshold effect, isn't there, where most armies have a small number of chaff that can be deployed to deal with a few fanatics. Once you get into like 9 fanatics, you're not going to have enough chaff, and then suddenly all your.
I mean, does the chaff even
is going to be
like? I know it says how would you bait if you don't have chaff, but like, I don't have to release my fanatics. You can send me chaff at me, and maybe I just won't release the fanatics. Like it's I don't have to release them. Like so. The chaff sort of helps, but it doesn't specifically help potentially. I mean, it depends on how it's done. I don't know. Like if I was playing against them, sounds a bit bad, but I just feel like I know they can wreak havoc, but they also cannot. And like the fact that now is it a third of the time they don't even move, apart from on that first like throw out, they just spin on the spot. I feel like
if you're all a hit.
If you've got stuff with a fair chunk of wounds or whatever, it's not just going to evaporate with a little small unit of like 5, not 6 knights. Pretty scary. You stay away from it, I guess. But big infantry block or even a big monster, I feel like most of the time it can deal with it. It's only strength 5. I mean, only, but You know what I mean? Like 2d6
If they're
strength
tough
5
six,
against
yeah.
tough 6, suddenly it
Yeah.
doesn't do a lot. You know, I mean, it still can, but they have to roll pretty high. Sometimes I wonder if it's more like, I guess what I was getting at the beginning is it more like it's more perception now rather than reality, that it's like, you know, at the end of the day, you probably only see 6. Most people won't throw all of them out. I'm feeling like a lot of people throw 2 out, for example, and keep 1 back, or vice versa. You know, if they've only got unit 20, they've only got 2. So like maybe sometimes just fucking YOLO anyway. Just like, yeah, do double charging or something. You know, like you'll wipe the unit pretty quick. I mean, that's if it's small. Obviously, I'm just
Yeah.
yeah.
I think like probably similar to what you're saying is like maybe allocate the appropriate unit that can take the hits without, you know, you're probably not going to throw, like you said, your Dragon Prince unit into it because, yeah, what was it, AP3?
We should know that because it was on the quiz,
Oh yeah,
and we got it wrong.
Yeah,
think
yeah.
so.
I think it was the
No,
highest in
yeah,
the quiz, wasn't
yeah,
it? That was the
yeah.
point. he was
Yeah,
making.
something like that.
Yeah.
Or just try and bait it out with something that's, you know, semi-decent. That's usually what I do. But yeah, probably like Gomo said, I just go at it with something that can hopefully either take the hits or, you know, you've got so many bodies in the unit, you don't really care too much.
I guess you can put, even if you don't go at the unit, you can sort of like, if you surround it a little bit with multiple options, the player might end up trying to do too much, you know, and go, oh, I'll fire 1 over here and fire 1 over there. And suddenly they're just wasting, you know, because they're not actually that reliable in that, you know, like the chances they're going to go 9 inches away from the unit initially, you know, with 2 inches and then average 7 on the dice.
Yeah.
It's that double hit, definitely. Like when you charge that unit that time, Andrew, and I got 2 of them through.
Yeah.
Like you had to run over them, and then I got to like
yeah,
that hurts.
yeah, it does.
But I don't know. What can you really do against something you can't target? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, true.
Template weapons through it. Do they hit it?
I
They
reckon.
kill them? Yeah.
Try and take out the leadership, like either bait away the general or try and kill the general.
Yeah,
They've got shit leadership after that, don't they?
Yeah, if they're not bringing a big unit.
Yeah,
they got warband, but still they're like, that you might be able to, you know, even if you make them fall back in good order, like this, they're suddenly out of the way a bit more. Yeah.
Yeah. I think they got a bit of a problem keeping up with the, you know, orcs and goblins have got the war boys and, you know, your wyverns running around. They're quite fast. Then your poor little goblin units tend to be.
Yeah, they're hard to get up there. Yeah. I feel like Jelly already knows how to deal with them versus us.
Let
He
us
probably
know,
deals with better than us. Right. Oh dear. I'll crack on. Herald of the Old World. Don't know. I don't know if this is a question more than observation, but I'm going to put it in anyway because he replied to the question thingo message. Anyway, he was like, "I missed this one for the last episode. Sorry, but I had a rule which I've seen misinterpreted quite a few times. I think this is in relation to last episode. When
yeah, because last episode, for those who didn't know,
rules being played wrong.
Yeah, rules being played wrong. Yep.
Yeah. So we're talking about Overrun. It's like Overrun kicks in after every round of combat, not just the first one after the charge. This can result in some very strange situations where you took a charge, tied up in combat for 3 turns, and then wipes your opponents, fails to restrain roll, and surges forward. Which, I mean, he's right.
Yeah.
Like, it is a bizarre.
Just a bad name
Function
for
of
the
that
actual
Yeah.
rule. Hey, like in hindsight, I think if you didn't play the old games and it wasn't called Overrun, you probably wouldn't care. If you called it like, I don't know, Bloodlust or something, I don't know.
Yeah.
You know, like you go, oh, I get it. Yeah.
like Surge or something.
Yeah, Surge or something. But yeah, I remember when we first read it, we went, oh, hang on, does that mean it happens every time? It's like, yep. It's a bit weird.
You're right. I think it is in the context of how we used to run it. And just the name of it. Yeah, no, that's true. Next one, Miss Junk J asks, I don't know if you guys are ready for this because this one might take a bit of thought. If you could write rules and create a new army list for the old world, could be from any fantasy / mythological world, what would it be? I'd love to see an all giant army or an Arab mythology list.
Oh God, that needed prep, didn't it?
That did need a prep. I've been thinking about this a little bit, so I will spit mine out. Give
Yeah,
you
go
guys
for
a moment to think. I haven't drawn mine from any particular mythology thing, but I think it'd be cool. I was thinking about the Wood Elves the other day, and I'm like, it'd be cool if there was. I know that they're sort of neutral, darkish, but it'd be cool if there was like a properly evil faction that was like
right.
Wood Elf, like almost like closer to Beastmen, almost in a way.
But like wood elfish.
But
you mean?
they're elven.
Yeah.
They're elven, but they're properly evil as opposed to sort of weirdly neutral. More like a dark elf type thing, but they're still
So they're still wood elves. They're not like just out bathing in blood and stuff.
Yeah. They're like they're not actually, they live in the forest, but they're not friends with the forest. They're actually like subjugating the forest. So it's a slightly different theme to it. You know, I thought that would be kind of cool.
That is pretty cool.
I haven't got any more details in that. That was just the concept that popped into my head. In terms of actual armies for the old world, I'd be keen to see some kind of pirate theme, even like the what's it called?
The Vampire Coast one? Or
Vampire Coast one. I think that'd be an awesome.
That's fine.
That'd be such an awesome one.
Is it?
I'm trying to. I'm giving you time, and I'm taking all your ideas.
Yeah. Well, yeah, no, it's fine. Like I probably can't be specific as such, but there is still a lot of those. Because I was fiddling around with like, I think I was telling you guys like just playing around with like writing out some prefaces for like novels, like in Old World, just like using ChatGPT and stuff. And I was looking at like, Tilia and whatever they are, what's it, Estalia or whatever, like all this sort of stuff. Yeah. And you're like, there's just like, there's a fair bit of land there, which there is no armies for. And I know they're probably in the, in that WAP lists and stuff. You could probably got armies there, but there's not really anything. There's heaps of stuff you could do.
There's all the Dogs of War stuff, but that's not current, obviously.
Yeah,
so
there's a lot to be added in. Yeah, there's just so much just even in the old world sort of side of things that would be interesting to get more. Because I think it would be cool. I don't know if somehow it seems maybe a little boring, but like just human armies are actually cool, and I think people like them. So, and I heard an interesting thing. I think it was on Squarebase. They were talking about Cathay and saying that on Total War, it's the most popular faction in Asia. And it sort of like got me thinking that, I mean, obviously the old world is mimicked over after the real world. Yep. And so if you can bring in more of that cultural type style stereotypes,
like cultural
it makes the game more it makes the game more global, which is kind of interesting. Because, we don't think about it, but like, fair enough. They probably connect to those armies a little bit, which should be pretty cool.
I think, on a similar note, but obviously a different sort of spectrum, but World of Warcraft did Mr. Pandaria, which was like a Chinese sort of based, well, I'm guessing Chinese, sort of universe that was like one of the expansions. And that did the same thing, like the sort of the Asian demographic just, went nuts for it. So similar.
Yeah, well, I mean, if this is true, and again, I'm not answering any of these questions because I don't really know, but like it feels like if that came out for second edition or something, like it's already a growing market for Games Workshop. Like, man, that'd be awesome because that would really, that really helps, flesh the game out and like give it a solid footing. You know what? One thing did come to mind though for a new army or something, and it's a little piratey, but not really. Did you guys watch Firefly?
Yes.
Yeah. Like
awesome.
Like just and it's not really an army, but just the actual like the main characters. They're just these people that go around and they're basically bad guys. It's a bit Robin Hoodish, they're a bit bad guys, but they're not. It's almost like it'd be cool to have that sort of
bounty
style
hunter.
army.
That's what it is. Yeah, bounty hunter.
Yeah, that's just they're there to thieve and rob and stuff and get away. And so I don't know, like it's a little bit Dogs of War-ish, but some type of culture that is just in it for they're out to not to just kill you, but to do certain things. It's like different rules and missions that they might have to do. Yeah, I don't know.
I thought you were
Yeah.
going to say the
The Reavers.
The Reavers.
Yeah, well, that's the other one.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
that
The
would be the other one.
flesh-eating bloody humans just went mad.
It's funny. It's not that I don't even AOS can give you some ideas, because I was thinking like even full like ghosts, like the I can't remember what they're called in AOS, but the ghost, what are the ghosty vampire ones?
Oh, the
called?
Nighthawk.
Yeah, like those type of things. Like that'd be cool as a full army.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be fun to play against if it was like can't hit it with magic weapons, but you get it. I'm sure they would change the rules a bit, but yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Next one, Sean asks, similar to Miss John's question, but what one unit would you add to the game to an existing faction? Again, you probably need to be prepped for this one too.
Maybe we'll answer these one next week if we get crappy answers now.
Yeah.
I've spoken about this previously. Bear Cav for my dwarves.
Bear Cav.
Yeah.
Or at least
or goat Cav. The minimum. You can be bartered down to goat.
Dwarven cavalry of some sort.
I'm doing Andrew and reading Gotrek and Felix again, and I want to see them somehow back in the game. But like, I know that's not like a unit. It is a unit, but it's special characters. And I was reading a thing about, and I don't know if this is ever answered, but like, no one knows Gotrek's age. Like, he's in fucking Mortal Realms now too, and I know that doesn't really count. But like, it'd be interesting if he was like. Have they ever actually said how old he was? Because like, you could actually say that he was like actually quite old. So therefore he can be in Old World. Felix couldn't be, but that'd be funny.
Yeah. I feel because like, he went on the expedition to, was it Carrick-Dune or whatever it was? And that was
the one when he's in the airship.
Oh yeah, but they were saying he went on an expedition before that to the same place, and that's where they all died and went mad. That's where he found his axe. And then that was after that first major chaos incursion.
So after it. Yeah, okay.
But that was
But
I think
like,
this is
sorry. I was just gonna say, like, forget Old World. I feel like it was annoying that characters like that weren't even really in 8th edition either. So like, we lost some of these cool special characters. Out of the game, which has been annoying.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind seeing like as a completely new unit out of nowhere. I'd love to see more sort of Fae theme stuff coming in.
Ooh.
Bretonnia. Like it'd be sort of cool. You had like a Fae spirity type unit. As a way of just distinguishing it more from like Empire, where it's it's a bit more spiritualistic type army. I think that'd be kind of cool. I mean, I have no idea the concept, but as a fluff type thing, that kind of thing would be cool.
I've got another one. This is Tomb King related. And I can't remember. I'll get it wrong because I can't remember. I won't even attempt it. It's one of the. Is it Nubus? No, I don't know. It's one of the cities where it's actually mostly all alive people still. But they're ruled by tomb kings and stuff. You know that one? It's one of them. One of the city states is like still got a lot of human slaves and people. So if you could have like imagine this tomb king army that actually has a fair bit of actual humans in it.
Yeah.
They're alive. Yeah. That's this mix of like dead.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Tomb kings, but with humans as well.
With human slaves.
And you could imagine not all of them are slaves. Maybe some of them are. Like there's some elite ones that are alive. Which would be pretty cool.
It's actually a really cool idea.
Which actually isn't far-fetched, isn't it? Like if you're a living person and this undead thing is around, you're probably going to do what it tells you.
What it tells you?
Because it's like it probably knows more about life, so to speak, ironically, than you do, because it's still alive, even though it's dead.
Well, Vam counts have got
was alive.
Yeah, well, they've got zombies and stuff, but
Oh, but no, in the lore they've got no, not ghouls, but they've got like peasants and stuff like that.
Yeah, true.
So the peasants are all still there,
operating in the Empire still. They're still just hanging out. Yeah.
So they said like sometimes they'll go to war and they'll have like not men at arms, but like peasants. So like the populace, like they're still kind of there to a certain degree.
Yeah, no, that's true. Yeah. Oh, we answered that one a bit off the cuff.
Yep. No, doing pretty well. What, guys? Last question from the Patreons. Jelly. Oh, yeah. So this is this week's question from Jelly. Let's game it. What has been your favorite old world moment on the table since launch?
Well, mine wasn't. I've said mine before, but I wasn't playing the game, which was the timber thing that happened between Daz and Fury, where he's
What was that? Refresh my memory.
yeah, where it was Daz was playing Orcs and Goblins versus Fury's Beastmen, and it was Daz's first game, and I think Fury's second or so. So they sort of just line up and charge and everything, and I think Daz, what did Daz have? He had a giant, and I think there might have been 2 Gorgons. And I think the Gorgons were on the same side of the table. I can't remember. But anyway, but at the end of the day, Daz was like, can the giant take on the Gorgon? I was like, well, the Gorgon's got like killing blows, so he's got a chance of just wipe his giant. But what else he had on that side? I was like, there's nothing else that could probably take out the Gorgon anyway. So you might as well YOLO and see what happens. Yeah. Anyway, so he sent the giant in to the Gorgon, and then they actually bashed each other for a bit, and the giant got like, I can't remember which one it is, one of the attacks that's actually really good against monster stuff, and the Gorgon didn't get the killing the monster slayer, so there was probably 1 or 2 turns of combat. The giant actually knocked the Gorgon down a bit, down to like a couple of wounds or a wound. Like, it was actually pretty good, but then got monster slayered, did a timber, he won the roll off, he landed on the Gorgon and then killed the Gorgon. So it was the best timber I've ever seen in any version of Warhammer. I've never seen a giant fall down and do anything really, and this actually killed a Gorgon all in one. Yeah, it was pretty funny. That's actually on a I think I filmed that on a what's it called, a reel on our YouTube channel, because it was so funny when it happened.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I've seen that.
Yes, it's a ridiculous story.
It's so Warhammer.
That was good. You got one, Josh?
I probably don't have one as cinematic as that, really. Probably my favorite. I don't know what my favorite one was, but maybe my annoying one was the first game I played against Nick Gentile, when he had this massive block of Sea Guard that he made ethereal with his mage.
I remember that.
And then I had my Blender Lord in a unit, Knights of the Realm, with a fine charge to get straight in. I decided not to charge because I was like, oh god, they're ethereal, I can't go in. And then it was like 20 minutes later, half an hour later, well past the game where I was horribly losing, where I realized, oh wait, he's a Ground Knight. He's got magical attacks. He could have just gone in anyway and killed them. But because I just thought, because he didn't have a magical weapon, I thought he couldn't do anything, so I just sat on it. And I was like, damn it, it's stupid ethereal. Anyway, for better or worse, that's my favorite. Unfortunately, Warhammer, sometimes the best memories are when shit goes
when
wrong.
You're done.
Just
Yeah,
your own
exactly.
dumb mistake.
Yeah.
Probably have to say for mine, probably there's a few, but one thing that I always have a bit of a chuckle at was the one time, I think it was my Longbeards, did a long bomb charge into, forget what it was, but it was when I was playing Gomo, and then I ended up in your dragon. And then
you pushed back your fucking board. That's right.
I had no idea how I was going to deal with him, mate.
Yeah, I swear that was like the week after we were talking about getting pushed off the board. Because we did the monster how to kill a dragon.
Just after that.
And I was still learning how to like fly and wheel these friggin' massive bases.
Oh,
I
yeah,
didn't think about it at the time. Yeah, that's right.
I think I got some very, very lucky charge rolls and overruns.
That was sad, that one. And I think, was he fully painted then? Was that when it was all fully painted and he just died?
It could have been, yeah.
No, that was embarrassing. Has any of you guys had one of those, like, I'll call it 8th edition moments where like the whole armies been taken off the board and like from a purple sun or something? Because I never sort of had that. Then maybe that was more like early days of 8th. Plus, I never played any of the armies. I mean, I did play orcs, so they probably could have got wiped out. But like I didn't play ogres. But you've played dwarves a lot, Andrew. Did you get purple sunned a bit?
Did you ever get
Like
purple sun, Andrew? Did that ever happen?
Is this a G up?
I
Are we
don't
bringing
know.
back painful memories?
Oh, okay. So this
What's
is
going
a
on?
thing. So you have been purple sun. Did Josh do it to you? Did I just open up a wound?
I think you have, yeah. You've been brought up a few times even recently.
Yeah. I think I've mentioned it once or twice.
Oh, okay. Right, yeah. Man, I can't remember.
No,
Right.
it was
Perfect,
single,
Gobbo.
single
Perfect
unit
way
of
of bringing it up.
dwarves with my general. And yeah, I think out of everything I was left with maybe from 20 odd dwarves, I might have had like 4 left and my general was gone. That good old initiative test.
Oh, God.
Oh, God. I didn't
Yeah.
realize that. Oh,
Yeah,
that's not an old world moment, but yeah.
Yes, that was a
That's definitely a classic 8th end moment.
Yeah.
uh,
Cool. Okay, well, do we want to see how little we know from Sean's quiz this time?
Yeah, let's get another rude awakening of reality of how lack of knowledge.
Okay. This is
is it a group or are we on singles event? Teams?
Don't know.
Singles?
Don't know. I'll just bring all the questions up.
Should we-
Obviously, the answers are further down, so we won't look at them.
Should we do the answer after each question, by the way?
Well, it might be hard with this.
Do you think? Because I was listening back the other week and I was like,
And it was hard to know.
It was harder to remember what everyone's answers were.
I just
when
think
we
it's going to
did
be
the answers
hard
right
for
at
me
the
to
end.
look at the answers without seeing the other ones.
Yeah, no, that's
Yeah,
fair.
I can reckon I can remember 5.
I can put people's names here now I've got up on the screen if you want.
Yeah. Oh, you don't have. No. I just think for the flow when I was listening to it, I was thinking
Yeah,
what the
okay.
answer was, and then yeah, anyway, no, that's
Let's
fine.
go.
Let's go
Okay.
for it. Let's just do it. Let's do it as
So
normal.
Sean, our Patreon, sends us these quizzes occasionally. There's 5 of them and multi-choice, and let's see how we go. So who is the 12th? And it's all old world related. Who is the 12th ever chosen? A is Azaval Cole. B is Arbael the Undefeated. C is Eric Demonclaw. D is Frydaal the Chain Smoker.
Chain smoker, love it.
I'm going.
Almost want to put it in as
assuming
her.
it's C, but I mean it's not C. Bloody.
You
I'm putting
assuming it's
C.
Eric Demonclaw?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's A.
Yeah, sure.
Cool.
No.
Which of the following does not apply to a unit of open order regular infantry? Oh crap. Open order regular infantry. That's interesting. They said regular
Which
infantry.
of the does not apply?
So A, after moving, unless it charged, marched, or fled, a unit that is in open order may make a free pivot. And then
Okay,
B,
so that does apply.
units
Yep.
in open order do not become
Not
disrupted by difficult or dangerous terrain.
Mm.
Units in open order may claim a rank bonus of up to +2. That is a reg, yep, okay. Units
Yeah,
in open
sounds
order
right,
do not
yeah.
suffer a movement penalty for moving through difficult terrain. Oh, shit.
Ah. Ooh.
He's got us with a
Ooh.
rule that we don't actually know. Fuck. I'm confused now because I thought it might have been B, but now maybe it's C.
I think it might be
much we
B.
don't know.
I'm going to go B.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure they still suffer the movement penalty. So they mustn't be disrupted by difficult or dangerous. Is that right?
I reckon it's B. Yeah, because I feel like the move through cover rule covers.
Yeah, it gives you the other one.
C?
Yeah.
So I feel like they wouldn't overlap.
I'm getting
That's what I thought.
confused because I would have thought C. Because isn't it +2 for close order and +3 if you're bored?
Yeah.
No, the max rank bonus is related to the troop type, not the formation.
Oh,
So regular infantry can go up to +2. And like monstrous infantry and stuff can only be +1 and all that sort of stuff, isn't it?
Oh, so that is hence
we're
why
talking
he's
about
defined it as regular
max,
infantry.
not the standard rank bonus.
What's just the max rank bonus that you can get is +2.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm not saying a max there. That's what I was.
Yeah.
Just says.
Oh, sorry, may claim
It
a
just
rank
says up
bonus.
to.
It's not max, sorry, it's just max. Yeah, it's just +2. So I think that's right.
Of up to. Of up
Yeah,
to.
up
Yes.
to.
Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not the +1 from close order or anything. Yeah.
I'm
Like a
stuck
close
with you
order
guys.
regular infantry could
Yeah.
get up to
Sorry.
3 technically.
I'm thinking B or D. Not suffer movement penalty through difficult.
I didn't ever. I honestly didn't. It shows you how much you got to keep reading the rules, eh? Because now I'm confused.
I'm going to say B because I think you still need move through cover.
Yeah,
Even
if
open order.
Yeah, that's what we were thinking.
Yeah.
Oh, is this going to get me because this is a change? I don't know. Question 3. What is the minimum range of a stone thrower? 6 inches, 18 inches, 10 inches, or 12 inches? So I'm pretty sure in older editions it was 12.
It's definitely it definitely was 12 in the past.
I'm wondering if it's not or something now.
Pretty sure it's 12.
Well,
I was looking at stone throwers the other day.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm going 12. Josh, you going 12?
No, I'm going
We're all
10.
going the same. Oh, you're going 10.
No. I'm going to go 10.
We go 10.
He's changed it. What are you doing, Andrew?
I'll go 12.
Okay. Who was defeated in the Vampire Wars? Nagash, Manfred von Carstein, or Carstein, however you say it, Otto von Drack, or Vlad von Carstein?
The Vampire Wars. God.
Don't know.
It's B or C, I think, but I don't know which one.
Yeah, it's not Vlad.
Well, it's B.
Isn't it? Okay.
Oh, sorry. I shouldn't be thinking out loud.
Well, we should really be thinking out loud because it makes good listening.
Yeah.
It's just silence
Very
on the
true.
line. I'm
I
not
thought
sure.
Vlad
I'm
lost
gonna
his
go-
ring, got stolen, and then got killed. Because it was a war with, I think he was going around going nuts with the Empire because it was Vlad and, oh, jeez,
The girl.
the girl. I was going to say Elizabeth, but it's not. It starts with an E, I think. Oh, jeez. Too many Vinos. I'm going to go
B.
Otto.
Okay.
Otto.
You're gonna go Otto?
Ooh,
I'm going to go Otto too. Give me Otto.
Wow.
I forget how Manfred died, but
Yeah, no idea. What dwarf hold is known as the Slayer's Keep? Karak Kadrin, Karak Azul, Zafbar, or Karazakarak? Pretty easy. Where are you guys going? Does anyone not know this one?
Me.
it's A or B.
I can't remember.
I'm guessing, I think it's A. I
A?
think it's,
Yeah, it's A.
Cool.
It's got to be A. You
Yeah.
going A, Josh?
Yeah.
Okay. Here's the answers.
All right, here we go.
A, D, 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 A. A. Oh, we all got that one wrong. D, D,
What?
D, A.
What?
So
What?
A, we all got
Okay,
As
so we
of-
got the
as of
ever
our
chosen
cool.
as our cool, correct? Okay.
apparently units in open order do not suffer
Oh,
movement
what?
penalty.
No.
We really did read the rule book.
We got that completely wrong. All of us got that
Ah,
wrong.
That's so funny.
Oh,
Stone
so
throwers are
embarrassing.
12.
Okay, right.
It's
I went for
Vlad
Hail
von
Mary on that.
Carstein. I thought it was
Okay,
one of
so
the
we're all-
von Carstein.
so the Vampire Wars might have been against the Empire then, I'm guessing. 'cause I
Is that
thought he
the
got
one that
killed by
is in the old, like, it was just prior to what we're doing with the old world, though? I think it might be. I can't remember. And that's when
possibly.
I couldn't remember who
Because he had the
older.
ring and he
Yeah.
kept coming back, and then somebody
Correct, Kadrin.
stole the ring,
We got character,
and then they killed him.
I've still got 3. I never get more than 3 right.
Isabella von Carstein. That's his-
Isabella, yeah, that's her. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh well,
There you go.
there's a couple of easy ones and a couple of one that real one. That's so funny. Like the
No, we all
probably
got that
I've
completely
read
wrong.
it probably 3 times or something, and then still don't know that's what happens.
Yeah. That's embarrassing.
We were thinking about it. It's B or D.
Ah well, All good. Cool. Let us kick in. What do we want to cover? I think we're going to cover like news and stuff when we talk about. Actually, I will do one little bit of news. Do we need to do tournaments, or we should skip that today? We probably don't need to cover it. We'll do that in the live stream next week. I don't think there was any major tournaments in Australia. There was some big ones in the US, but I think that might be a separate video we might end up start doing or something. Cover some of those ones. Well, the only thing I will just shout out again, if you are in Australia and you haven't gone to oldworldrankings.com and done the survey for our Masters dates, we've got like over 50 respondents, I think, which isn't too bad considering we've got like, I can't remember how many players in the region. It's not that many, like 300 and something. But yeah, if you haven't done it, jump over there and do it, because then at least you get your say in before we cut it off, which it might be in a couple of weeks. We'll shut that down, and then that way by Christmas we can sort of announce when the Masters season will be on and stuff like that. But yeah, just get your say in if you are so inclined. But so we're going to cover all the Empire reveals and stuff. We'll do that after Hobby. But there was one bit of news which I thought was unrelated to that, which I don't know if you guys saw the link that I put up. But I'll just find it and then I'll bring it up. This was shared on Reddit the other day. It's basically, now I don't know if this is this month's White Dwarf or next month's White Dwarf, but basically they've got some old world in it. But the important thing is it's actually like a Tale of Four Gamers they're doing. White Dwarf again. It's called, what are they calling it? I don't want to read the whole thing out. They called it something else.
Is it?
What do they call it? Championing the Armies of Britannia. I can't remember.
No, I don't see a title for it.
It's probably the title there to the left. I can't actually see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, anyway, it looks like we're going to have 4 keen hobbyists have begun work on their very own Armies of the Warhammer the Old World. We've got Britannia by Dave, I don't know these people at all, Scamwell. Jay Clare has made it his mission to raise his very own Legion of Tomb Kings. Dan Etzwile is doing Orc and Goblins, and Connor Wilbury is doing Warriors of Chaos. And over the next few months, we will document their hobby journey as they work their way from fledgling forces to mighty war hosts. So as far as I know, I don't get White Dwarf anymore, that it has had virtually no old world in it. So it's cool to see.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
So it'd be cool if this is the start of new stuff, eh?
Yeah, just start getting some stuff. I mean, I don't know. Again, I don't know what episode, like issue this was. It's probably in the Reddit article. But yeah, if you are getting White Dwarf, let us know what episode or what issue and what.
I'm surprised there's been no, like, not even a battle report or anything like that.
I can't. Do they not do any? I can't remember. Yeah.
Like, because I was expecting to have, like, maybe something go on where there was some flagellants taking on a dragon or something like that.
Yes, the way you do it. Like, they should be showing how to play. It's a little like, are we just too old for magazines, or is every magazine's just dead, or is White Dwarf just shit? Like,
I think it's C.
Bit of both.
Because it is funny, like when you hear every time you hear a podcast start, or and you hear the history of the people starting it, they always talk about their early days, and it's always to do with some friend brought a magazine to school, and they just ended up reading this one issue of White Dwarf for like 6 months until someone realized, you can actually buy these things, and then that's how it started. And yes, computers are out and the internet's out, so it's different, but it makes you feel like, how do you get into this game as a young person? And it's not. Look, at the end of the day, you're probably not getting into old world, are you? Really, unless it's through Total War.
Not looking at looking at the demographics, probably not.
No.
Yeah. Very different. Even on, because I listened to the rank bonus the other day, and even there, like, he's talking about, we go on these long holidays with nothing else to do. You just bring some White Dwarves and just keep rereading the same one over and over again. Did Alex, that's all he would.
Totally resonate. Like, I used to all the time, and you just remember. I mean, occasionally I'll get them out and I'll just go. And as soon as you see the cover, you know what's in the magazine. It's like crazy that you sort of go, oh, that's the one with that battle report,
Wow.
or that thing, or yeah.
I just like the short stories they used to have as well. Like
Yeah.
they'd have like these fantasy, bit of 2 or 3 page sort of short story. I thought they were awesome.
Yeah.
You don't seem to get that. Like all the White Dwarves now are just. I haven't seen one in a couple of years, but the last one I got was just. It's just advertising, really. It's just kind of like just showing you. There was a little tiny bit of hobby and, bit of a sort of basic battle report, like real sort of basic, just about a game, and a lot of it was just showing off, products. It's just
That's
glossy
It's just,
flyer.
yeah, I mean, it's probably not like I know. Yeah, it is technically that White Dwarf probably sucks, but it's probably just magazines a bit in general as well.
Oh yeah.
It's a bit of a weird medium, isn't it? And yep,
It
it's
is,
so
yeah.
old. Like to get it to print, you have to do this stuff like months before, and that just doesn't fly in today's internet age, does it? Like we want,
No.
get
No,
more
not at
get more up to date news on Reddit. So yeah, whatever. Anyway, thought that was
the Reddit
interesting.
news
We do
is
have other.
ironically about the White Dwarf, but anyway.
Yeah. So, do you want to smash through some hobby, and then we get into the actual news, which is all the Empire reveals and all that sort of stuff? And
Yeah, I was going to do a shout out, but as well, like
Ah.
if we're doing some, you might have seen this as well, Gomo. The Richie from Day After Dark, he took out a second GT, the
yeah,
Wolves.
Oh,
he did
right.
just this weekend.
Yeah.
He did with the Square
Nuts.
Base 5 or whatever it was.
Yeah. So there you go.
That's why I think it'd be cool to do like an episode. We need to start doing this YouTube videos of this week's tournaments. So we'll start sorting that out. He took a bloody Death Star of what's we call it, Iron Drakes, 18 of them.
Yeah.
One big unit. So
That's one hell of a
Yes.
stand and shoot.
Wow.
Yeah.
How much
no,
points is that unit will be
he's,
worth?
380 or something. I was looking at the list the other day. Not
Yeah.
the other day, like obviously today.
They're in rare as well, so you're sort of limited there a bit. But yeah.
It's called War for the Riverlands for those listening. Go check it out. It's on BCP or go to World Rankings. Go to the UK region. You find it there. War for the Riverlands, and then Richie Amplet, 90 points. Royal Clan. Actually, the second place, Amir Rice Roberts, actually got the same amount of points, but was a 4-1, not a 5-zip. So, look, the UK and US, I mean, I know they're bigger markets, but some of their top players are getting almost perfect scores. And I know we're using an Australian sort of Masters scoring thing here, but at the end of the day, there's people who are getting 5 zips and, all the time, which is pretty crazy. And like the US guy, like not just Luna, but the person just under Luna, Phil Carl, the Kazandu, the Tomb Kings player, man, he's just almost always perfect scores almost.
Yeah.
So it's just, man, they must just have some really good players there, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Not that we don't. Obviously, Patty smashes it. She's pretty much got perfect scores as well. But they just get so many games, like so many tournaments, big market. So
Yeah. That'll be a good year ahead.
Yep. No, totally. Yeah. Cool. Who wants to throw into their hobby first? I'll just say I've got pretty much zilch. I've got a little bits to mention, but I'll do it after you guys actually show the fun stuff, if you've got stuff. I can see a fun thing that Josh has got there. So
Do you want me to go for it? Yeah, all right.
Go, Josh. Go.
So exciting. So I've done more tiles. Now this is the before tile. So this is the one that I did. This is the last update a few weeks ago. And then I cracked on early.
Oh wow. Yeah.
And I got
What the hell is
quite a
that
bit
thing in the
done.
water?
The
Looks
little
like a
red
squig.
thing.
Yeah.
The squiggy boy. I've got a
Yeah.
close up of that. See?
Oh, it's a squig. But a big squig. It's a Kraken thing or something.
It's a massive sea squig. I mean, I had to paint him red, right? Like, he looks very squiggy.
Yeah.
I had to paint him red. So I finally got most of the ocean done. Like, that was easy, I guess, once I got the recipe. and I did the ruins as well and the point of that archipelago, and then I managed to conjoin all the other tiles pretty much, so it's all sort of connected. So now I just have to carry on and keep doing the edges. But yeah, I'm getting there, slowly getting there. This is the other one that was in the ocean, which I kind of liked. I like this little detail.
It's like a little pirate island thing.
Yeah, a little pirate island with a big skull, and around the back it's got like a little extra jetty. Like I love the actual detail. I didn't get a photo of it, but it's like it's got like a little escaping spot as well for smuggling stuff, which I like. So those are the tiles, and then I've finally been painting up my little mini armies. I got some paint on them. So this is the cult one. So you got some demonettes at the front, there's dark riders. You got some cold one knights in the rear. It is pretty hard to paint this stuff. Pretty damn hard, guys. Oh my god! All I can do.
How big do you think it is? That's 6 mil or smaller? Because you scale
in
it
height.
down. Wow, yeah. Like what scale do you think it would be? It looks smaller than
3 mil?
Warmaster.
It's way smaller. These are Warmaster figures scaled down to a quarter. A quarter size.
How big are those? Are they centimeter squares?
Yeah, those are centimeter squares. Yes.
Oh god. Oh man.
Squares.
What the hell?
That's why I started to paint them. So yeah, they get the pink one.
Are you doing the eyes?
Got some dwarfs. Yeah, go on. I'm doing the eyes. So then I got some dwarves done as well.
Nice.
So I found actually it's ironic because I thought I've been trying to rely on contrast for this stuff, but the layer paints are actually quite helpful to do highlights. Like so, those you can sort of see the orange spots where the slayers are.
Yeah.
Like the contrast wasn't giving me enough bright color to really pick them out properly. So I actually got the orange layer paint out, and it's like swoosh on like the hair, enough to sort of bring it up again. But yeah, man, I can only do like one at a time because my eyes get sore from focusing on them. So it's like once I've done like 20 minutes, I'm like, okay, done. No, I need a break, do something else because it's serious eye concentration. Oh dear. But yeah, I'm slowly getting more of them done, so I'll hopefully get a few more done in the next few weeks. But yeah, so the campaign, I did the campaign earlier this week on the Sunday. And we had a couple of battles. One of it was a real elf battle, where Matt's high elves attacked my little forest hamlet. Got a little hamlet with like 5 little buildings in a forest. And then Will's wood elves also joined in attacking me.
Ganging
so
up.
we had a bit of a game. Yeah, so we rolled up a surprise attack, which actually worked pretty well because it meant that so Matt's main army was opposite mine, and then because of surprise attack, the attacker's vanguard comes on in my rear. But then because Will was playing, it was actually his vanguard. It actually worked out like that. Sort of very thematically worked out because it was basically like his ally coming on the board, from a different direction. So yeah, this is the generals all sort of lined up. I'm not going to go through the battle report because I'll do that on the 6 Ed chat. But suffice to say, Matt actually rolled also the wandering heroes. That's the 5th guy on the edge there. So
he gets
picked up a hero.
Free like wizard guy, or is it just the other guy? Is it the other wood elf?
The guy in the cloak,
with
the sword,
like the rangery sort of.
Yeah, the rangery guy.
Sweet.
So he just hangs around. If he survives a battle, he keeps hanging around, which is kind of cool.
Nice.
And then the other battle was Tomb Kings defending against. I think so. Yeah, Chris Tomb Kings against Travis's Slanesh Mortals.
Slanesh Mortals. Okay.
He was trying to retake his territory. Now, guys, I'm so disappointed because Chris he declared exploration on the ruins. He was going to explore these ruins that I've been working on.
Oh yeah.
I was so keen to see it in action. Didn't happen because Travis is like, no, I'm not gonna contest exploration. I'm gonna go and attack your territory instead. So I was like, no. I was super keen.
So good though.
I've got some concepts in there that I really want to see how it played. But yeah, maybe next month. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Oh dear. And then finally, I've just been doing some painting. Got started on my anointed. Put him on a boob worm. Because in the game with Matt and Will, he was just a bit too immobile in the block of Devoted, the Witch Elf girls. They just get shot at, and it's just I don't know. It was frustrating. So I've got him on a boob worm. I'm going to have him running around. But yeah, the campaign was a lot of fun. Actually, really, really enjoying the games. Actually, it's one of the more enjoyable Warhammer days that I had in a long time. So,
and is it because too, it's not too competitive, but it's got just that narrative element.
It's the right balance, man. Yeah, you got the narrative, you got some randoms going on, but they're not just one-off pickup games.
Yeah.
It is feeding into a little bit of a competitive, but also overall arcing narrative of picking up territories, that type of thing. So as much as the games can be a little bit crazy and you don't know what's going to happen, there's still something on the line for it. And it's
not tournament points though.
It's not tournament points, and you're just doing the one game, but it's still really social. It's the exact type of event that I've always wanted to play. When I'm playing tournaments, I'm always this is fine, but it's a little bit more than I want to be playing, and it's a bit more competitive than I want to play. So this is actually, I'm realizing now, this is actually the exact type of Warhammer that I've always wanted to play. Which I didn't realize going into it. I was like, I'll just continue the slow grow, run a campaign, that type of thing. But the more I'm playing it, the more I'm realizing, this is what Warhammer should be. This is it.
Nice.
But I won't really go into the game much but it was a lot of fun.
But you're gonna that's gonna be out in the 6th podcast when in the next week.
I don't know. I have to tap a time. So Ben can't do it because he's got some personal stuff happening where he's not really available for the next little while. So I'm actually in the process of roping in the two of the guys from the campaign, the two guys I played with actually. So it'll be fun to regale the game that we had.
Yeah, that'll be good.
Actually, I'm really looking forward to it because it was a lot of fun. A lot of rules mistakes, but a lot of fun. But so hopefully we can set up a record for that in the next few days to a week or so, and then we'll have that episode up.
Cool.
Yes,
in the not too distant future. That's my hobby.
Awesome.
Nice.
More painting than I got done. So there you go.
You're a busy man. Who wants to go next?
Andrew's up.
Andrew?
I didn't do heaps, but since Project X, Z.
Oh no, I'm confused. Which one is X?
I'm confused.
Oh, hang on, we don't know which. Is there one that we don't know?
And work out what code name was what. But the original.
Are these different projects or are these okay?
No. There's only one. I'm trying to remember
there's only one project. Oh, okay.
Well, there's two, but I was trying to work out if it was X or Z. I remember I gave it
It's two. There's only one, but for very large versions of one, almost. Two.
And then obviously that took a hiatus because I was getting Project V.
Yes.
Project V's.
This is the Pegasus version /
Project V's now taken a sidetrack because I wanted to keep Project X continuing. So Project V this week is gone.
Right, I didn't realize it was Project V.
Anyway, enough code words. I just put an orc on a wild and I made him.
It's the Azag model.
Yeah, Azag. So he's built him.
Yeah.
So he hasn't been painted. I just built him. But he was easy. He was a nice, easy model. The only thing that was annoying was trying to get him to fit on the base because he's not 50.
You got to get him on the right sort of angle. 50. Yeah, and I think that rock thing sort of hang. Actually, I put something on like my own green stuff. I think.
Yeah, the rock's hanging over. Both rocks are hanging over. But I mean, look, he's on there. So.
Yeah.
I've seen worse. I've seen a lot worse in the Warhammer universe of models hanging off the base. So it's a nice model. So he'll be fun to paint up. Can't wait.
Yeah, no, he's good.
What did you get up to?
Is that your hobby?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I haven't. Yeah, because I've been programming on this other thing, but I did. I started because after the Empire reveals, I started thinking about. I think I mentioned even last week. Like I was like, I've still got to get these orcs done. I want to have my orcs all done, but then I was like, do I rebase my Empire or do I just like start?
Or you just start again?
reprinting? Yeah, like reprint some. And I love the Avalon because I like the Steelers and they're black and yellow and all that. But I thought you can't have Empire without having multiple provinces. So that's when I was like,
Yeah.
maybe I should just do some other Empire. And then, so the question was what? And I think I threw it out to the patrons. Some of them did suggest Middenheim, and I'd already thought of that because I don't mind like the whole wolf thing. Because like in 40k, I thought might try like Space Wolves years ago, and I never did. So I did crank out the Wolfrup Middenheim book the other night, like because it just got all the PDFs for Wolfrup and started reading through the Middenheim fluff and all that sort of stuff.
Get some inspiration.
Yeah, I don't know. So it might be something that I'll play around with some paint schemes and all that. And obviously there is some Middenheim stuff coming out. We might even get more, I don't know, with the Chewington Guard and all that sort of stuff. So who knows? So yeah, I think what I might do is just it won't be now. I'm gonna kick into the orc still to finish them off, but I might start the process of printing some other Empire that I just plan on just doing a couple of different color schemes and see what I want to do. Because I guess worst case, I'll just play a mix for a bit. I'll put the Avalon on the squares, like the spaces, but as I add the proper other ones in, I'll just put them on the proper bases and just build it out slowly or something. I could do that. Yeah, so I don't know, because I wouldn't mind getting the Empire prepped before, starting to think about at least over January, who knows when we'll actually get the books, but yeah, be cool. And I think I've been trying to print stuff for my daughter, some more of those arcane things.
Yeah.
From Arcane, and we bought a really good one. It's Caitlin, I think her name is, and it's all pre-supported. This is going to your point the other day, Josh, about pre-supports, and it just keeps like half the figure keeps failing with the pre-supports, and I just printed it again and put my own hanging off it, and it still failed a bit. And I'm like, it's still running now, but I can tell it's not right. And I was like, fuck's sake. So I don't know. I don't know if it's just the hot temp. It wouldn't be the hot temperatures we get at the moment, is it? Usually it's the other way, isn't it?
Yeah, it's usually the other way. Usually, yeah. I mean, it can get too hot, and I'm surprised how hot it can get in there, like because it's got a thermostat. And I'm like, sometimes it's like 40, 45 degrees. So like,
well, it's nearly 40 degrees outside at the moment. So it was 37 today. So.
Okay, I didn't realize it was so hot up there.
so who knows? I don't know. And once it's I'll look at it tomorrow and work out what the hell's happening with this figure. Because I thought, that'll be good. It'll easily print straight out. And then, bloody hell. So,
yeah, I mean, you can
fun.
Send me a screenshot of what the supports are or whatever if you want me to have a look at it, if it still keeps failing.
Yeah, okay. I might do that. Yeah, get some. Did any of you guys put your tabs on from your?
No.
Oh, okay. I put tabs on the.
You done the tabs?
Yeah, only on the Ravening Hordes, but yeah, they work. They look good, so I just need to finish them for the other ones. But
okay.
Yeah. Hey, I thought, Andrew, in your hobby time, that you were going to talk about something to do with gyros and a painting vid, or is that last week? Is this old?
Week.
Is this old stuff?
Yeah, that's his.
Oh, he hadn't added it in. Okay.
Yeah, no,
that's last week's run sheet.
We'll prime them.
Right, yeah. Already. Sorry.
I haven't painted.
What was the painting vid then? Did I miss
that? Was his review from the.
Oh, you're talking about that. Oh, the actual review of the speed paints.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about you were doing a gyro painting video.
Nah, that's weeks back. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah. No worries.
I saw that at the run sheet. I was like, oh, yeah, no, it hasn't been updated. Sorry, I thought you knew that. You just didn't delete it.
No, forgot about it. Cool. Well, do you want to get onto some...
Let's do it. The big show.
Empire. The
main event.
Yes. So did you guys all go back and read the article after it came out? Josh, obviously you weren't up for the live stream, and I think Andrew was up at the zoo. Out west. So
somebody
everyone's been
smashed
busy.
into the back of my car while I
Oh,
was up
that's
there.
the other thing that happened.
by the way.
Yeah, you got yeah.
Yeah,
That
so
was-
Did you
with
say it
that,
was a
yeah.
like Dodge Ram or something? Went up
Dodge
your ass?
Ram, yeah.
God.
Didn't hit me that hard, but man,
Yeah.
man, those things are solid. I don't know if they're like 5 ton or something, but yeah, I reckon it's about 7-8 grand's worth of damage. But we'll
Yeah.
see.
Yeah.
Anyway.
17. Oh my god.
Wow.
No, set 7 or 8.
Mm.
Oh,
At least
sorry,
you're
7
okay
or
and
8.
everyone's
Right.
good.
That's still a lot of money. Wow.
Yeah. No, everyone's good, but it's all insurance, so that's all right. We'll sort it out.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're getting I don't think like overall in terms of the at least the wave we can see coming, I didn't get too surprised, but yeah, like the battalion box is interesting. So what do you guys think of this? So basically they've thrown a bunch of state troops in, both the missile guys and the swordsman, spearmen, halberds, plus a steam tank, which am I right in saying this is the first rare choice we've seen in a battalion box? I guess you could argue the gyrocopters can be
Yeah, I
made
was
of
going to say
gyro bomber,
gyro
but no one
bomber,
ever takes gyro bombers. So
Yeah. It is a really interesting decision, isn't it, to put the steam tank in the box? Because suddenly, if you buy multiple battalions, suddenly you end up with a whole
something that
bunch
you
of
can't
steam
actually.
tanks. You can't actually use.
Ironically, it's funny. Like you
Is that
can't.
intentional?
You'd never buy more than one, would you? Because you're not going to want that much infantry, and you can't use the extra steam tank. So it's like,
Oh well, true. Yeah.
it's
It is a
having
bit
said
odd.
that, like the price of these, and I know infantry sucks at the moment, but they're pretty cool sprues. They've got extra stuff. Like I could see people still going, if I'm gonna, because you probably want to factor in, and I can't remember what the prices are here, but the cost of the steam tank by itself, because I'm guessing it just comes as a single one versus the battalion box. You might just end up going, well, bugger it, I'll get that, and that's all the infantry I'll ever need potentially. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Possibly.
So it might still be useful for people.
Depends. Like, at what point are they designing these battalion boxes? Do you think? Like, would it have been at the start of the old world?
You mean,
do you think?
okay, time-wise.
Like deciding what's actually going in the box, because
yes, I think so. Surely.
Because surely it would have been. Because I feel like they wouldn't have designed it like this otherwise.
Yeah, and look, I think they would design the boxes to look cool as well for someone. Like,
that's
and I know the
what
orc one doesn't look like the orc one's a similar one where it's like, well, hang on, 2 chariots, and I know the chariots don't look like great because of the boars, but and all those goblins, but it looks like it does look.
Somebody who doesn't know the game.
Yeah,
as much.
it looks
Yeah,
it's like these chariots and these 3 big units of like goblins and orcs. Like you could sort of, but maybe they're it's basically to sell. Some kid. Someone come along who just needs to flesh out stuff they're not looking at it from a, what do you need to play the game competitively anymore.
Yeah, great. 100%.
Agreed. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's an awesome box. Yeah. I think it's a shame that it's not more useful in the game itself. But just the important thing, they're selling models, and these models are cool.
Yeah, I don't mind. I mean, these are the worst ones to rank up for like the halberdiers and stuff, but I think the spearmen and stuff, the swordsmen were a bit easier and stuff. And now they're on 25s. I have to let someone who's got Emperor on 25s let me know how hard they are to rank up. I'd assume they'd be a bit easier. But the halberds are always stabbing each other in the head.
Yeah.
I've already got a steam tank still new in box. So even if I do a separate army, and like have one that's more themed about something else, I probably don't need this. But
did you not have a painted one? Don't you have a?
Yeah, I've got I've got a painted one, but I've got one in a box as well. Yeah.
Oh right, so you really have no need for this box. Yeah,
probably not.
Yeah.
Which is a bit shame because I only ever had like repurposed versions of all the troops. Like you buy them off eBay. I've never actually had them on sprue and being able to cut them and make them myself. So like, if Empire were if you could work out, or like maybe with the Arcane Journal, if you look at it, go, oh okay, for some reason these magic banners make these infantry better or something. Potentially, I would
hope so.
buy these. You know what I mean? In terms of just wanting to redo these for my Middenheim.
That new
colours
box
or something.
smell,
So,
new sprue smell.
yeah. Then we got the
although
Arcane Journal,
You
which is
sound like
cool.
you're used to just printing stuff off now. So
Well, I
getting
know.
stuff
Go
starting
to
from a
Highlands.
sprue and clipping
Yeah.
it, you know.
I think,
getting
and look,
those
you know,
mold
Highlands, one of their
lines,
better
Good time
looking
for that.
ones. One of their better looking armies are probably the Empire, don't you reckon? Like,
Yeah,
the
I have a printed army of Empire Highlands, and it looks
Yeah.
great.
yeah.
It fits the
That's the
aesthetic
thing.
perfectly.
Mm.
So, and the Knights are way better than what you get with Games Workshop, unfortunately, but it is what it is. Yeah, the Arcane Journal, obviously, that's a no-brainer. We do know that they're going to have the City State of Nuln and the Knightly Orders of the Empire. So and plus special characters, units, and magic. Okay, this is interesting. And magic to take into battle. So I don't know if people have been mentioning this, but one of the issues with Empire is they just don't have any. Like they don't have any like they don't have their own law at all. So they don't really have anything. They've got no special rules.
Yeah.
Really. I guess they've got those spelt like the prayers. And so they're sort of struggled, you know what I mean? Like a lot of the other
Yeah.
armies end up with their own little magic laws that just give them a bit of something else. This will be cool if we end up with something like that.
Do you think it's just like 3 signature spells, or do you think it might be an entire lore?
Well, it could just be magic weapons too. So let's be clear here. I might be wrong, but it'd be cool if it was actually.
I
Like,
imagine that it'd be signature spells
actual
at a minimum.
magic. Yeah,
Yeah,
like it'd be
surely.
cool if it was and I know there's no colleges of magic, but just the precursor to some of those sort of, you know, I don't know, splitting it up a bit, you know. Some of the
Infantry
older
buffs. That would be cool.
Yeah.
Just the traditional Empire, just buff your army, and yeah. That's what I'm missing.
Yeah. What do you guys
I mean,
take?
that could come in the special character too, you know? Is that what you think?
Mm.
Like your special character could
Well,
easily.
both of them.
have
We'll
some
get
pretty
into
cool
that, but
parts.
there's 2 special characters at least, which one mounted and one on foot. So
Mm.
who knows? Hopefully, you know, this unfortunately might be, well, hopefully, fortunately, but unfortunately might be one where the armies of infamy save it, or the other bits of the Arcane Journal make it, you know, like really top notch. Like Orc and Goblins were a bit like that, I think. Once that Arcane Journal came out, it became a really competitive army because it had such good magic items and stuff.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. What do you
So,
think
yeah,
the
you
city
get-
state of Null is going to be all about?
yeah, so that's what I was going to ask. What do you guys make of the 2 armies of infamy? So the City State of Nuln and then Knightly Orders. So is this a, you know, heavy gunliney type contractions from
Yeah.
Nuln and then a full, well, I'll say a full cav army, but maybe that's not totally true. Maybe like is it the Chewton Guard? Are they knights on foot? And do you get Knights Panthers on foot and stuff like that?
I don't
Like in terms
I
of
think
like
I've seen
custom jobs, you know how
Knights
like with the armies of these armies of infamy, often they'll put units in which are like a combination of just you have to, you know, basically hack them together.
Well, Riksguard Knights on foot is a thing, isn't it?
Yeah, was.
Well,
So-
was. Sorry, I still live in the past. Yeah, it was a thing. Yeah, no, I think hopefully it's not all mounted. I agree. That's a good point, actually. It could well be Knightly Orders, but on foot. And I wonder with the City State of Null, like, are they going to squeeze extra like stuff about steam tanks and stuff in there as well?
Yeah, well, that's what
like,
I'm
not just
hoping.
gun line.
I'm hoping
But-
it's like plus the war wagon and the steam
Oh, yeah.
steam tank, adding some of that. Surely they will. Like they did it with all the other chariot models, where it's like, oh, now you can make it a Black Hawk chariot, or you can make it a whatever. Hopefully they're like, oh, well, you know, pull the turret off and whack this Hellblaster. I'm like,
That
well,
would be
have
that
a
sort of
light,
shit.
a light tank sort of thing.
Yeah.
The Ram tank.
Yeah.
They all the different ways of customizing them. That that was in the 6th ed.
I mean, they're bringing, and we'll get to
all
this. They're
different
bringing
ways
out the war wagon. They've got
Yeah.
an awesome plastic kit in the steam tank, and they got 2 plastic kits in terms of that make 4 different war machines.
Yeah.
Join all that together. I mean, there is a crap ton of options that you can just add new units to, which potentially may start making them, like you said, not particularly a gun line because it's mobile. It's a mobile gun line that actually makes it quite potentially scary and competitive then potentially.
Yeah, well, there could be some method to the madness with
Potentially.
the steam tank in the, if you can take 2 possibly.
Yeah, the issue right now is you can't take 2, but if they do a
I'm
different
saying in
variant,
the-
that's under what they
in
did
the
with
city state of Null.
yeah.
If
Yeah.
there
I
was
mean,
that option.
Yep.
a mobile
They might
gunland
probably-
sounds quite terrifying. Hopefully, if that is the way they've gone, that it's a fun experience to play.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Yeah,
Oh,
who
yeah.
knows? It's good. I'll definitely be partaking in some of this. We've got the plastic kits back. We've got the Imperial Griffin, which just comes with the knight and or the wizard dude. We've got the general and on foot and on horseback, which is cool. And then we've got the actual kits coming back. Obviously, the same as what's in the battalion box, but obviously. So what is that? How many is that? 30.
That's 30, isn't it? Yeah, 2 or
30.
15.
So in terms of state troops, probably 30 or whatever is the hand weapon dudes. I like the handgunners or the crossbowers.
Yeah, it's 30. Yeah.
Returning. I mean, they've got a great range, Empire do, So the
They do.
flagellants, okay, if you're going to kill dragons, is how you do it.
Yep, that's how you do it.
Right.
Get it in ya.
So that'd be a funny
right
army
there.
to do, like just an airbrush these. Or like I've got like 30 now. Imagine if you went and bought like 4 boxes of these and just made one massive Death Star flagellant.
Come at me, dragon.
Yes.
The great swords returning in plastic as well. They're cool models, although again Highland's pretty much the same, if not better, which is pretty funny. The
so they're the
Huntsmen are
first
awesome.
Highlands models that you got, isn't it? That's
Yeah,
right.
they're so good.
I printed them for you, and you're
Yeah.
like, "Oh, these look great."
Right.
Then you primed them, and you're like,
Wow, I know. I was a bit like, oh, is this what it looks like? And then your prime went, wow, these are just the detail on them. Huntsmen are cool.
They are cool.
This is going to be an
Confirmed.
awesome kit. I think everyone
Militia.
will buy this one, the militia kit.
It's a free
There's like
company.
32 in
Yeah.
here or something. Yeah.
They are
"So
awesome.
good."
Yeah.
It's one of the best
So
kits.
I missed out on this. I had a couple of random ones of these, but I never had the actual
They're
kits.
so expensive.
Yeah.
Like 2 years ago, man.
Yep. Like Mordenheim still played a fair bit around the world, eh? Like these are just going to be
It
out
is.
of print all the fucking time.
Yeah.
They're coming back. Yeah. And I said, and the 2 different the cannon and the mortar, and then the Hellblaster and the rocket, whatever it's called, battery thing,
Yeah.
Hellstorm rocket. Yeah. Great. I mean, great modern sculpts, really, considering how old they are. Like they're all pretty good. These, on the other hand, aren't the knights. It's kind of funny. You get 12 of them by the look of it from this picture.
12.
It's like
Are
they just
they-
recognise that their shit will give an extra 2. Because like the poor boys usually get 10 and stuff.
Yeah. They are a tad aged.
Yeah.
Are they metal? Those guys,
No,
or are they
no.
plastics?
I can't remember. No, I think they are.
Well,
all
they used to have,
plastic.
do they have the metal
That's-
head and the plastic body?
I thought there was no that they did do that occasionally, but then these were all redone as plastics.
they
As
all
far as I know,
plastic,
yeah.
yeah.
But you
Okay.
used to be able to get some of the, and I think that's the case with some of those Grand Masters are like that, where some of it's metal.
Yeah.
But in terms of the White Wolf variant of this, is that all in the plastic sprue again? I can't remember because again, all my Empire came from like buying secondhand stuff, so it was half put together. So I'm pretty sure the hammers are all plastic now, but someone else was saying they might have been a metal upgrade kit, but maybe that was in 7th or something. I don't know. But that's there. You get that's a good buy. 10 pistoliers at slash.
Yeah, they aged quite well.
Yeah, they're not too
They're
bad.
not terrible.
And then obviously the Demigress, which I was a little bit surprised you only get 3. But I guess is there anything equivalent that's come out? The snakes and all that were in 3s, weren't they, for Tomb King? So that's probably normal. Monstrous Cav.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then they bring the War Wagon back. Not War Wagon. The Altar of Sigmar.
Walter. Yeah.
War Altar is there. And then obviously the Steam Tank by itself as well, which is interesting.
Mm.
So, yeah, great plastic range.
So is it only the I don't remember what it's. Oh no, there's two wagons you're missing. The
Luminarch of Hish or whatever it was,
Luminarch,
and
yeah.
the Celestial Hurricane. I know, very sad. This I've got the Celestial Hurricane, and like I love it. I loved playing them in 8th, like the buffs you could get. So it sucks that they haven't sort of weaseled it back in a little bit by just. I mean, it doesn't have to be. I don't know. Maybe you don't say it's the colleges of magic. You know what I mean? Like it would have been good to have it, but here's what it is.
Those experimental sort of
Although we do have a replacement for it a bit coming up, so that's okay in the War Wagon. So then we get Forge World resin miniatures returning in their Forge World resin. So the old I mean they look. I've never had these guys because they're Forge World. They look very much sort of more almost realistic knight looking. If you know what I mean, like different sort of era. But Middenland. You got a flagellant sort of dude there, and then you got the battle standard and some type of hero dude, all in resin.
I think that looks awesome. You got the moon and the moon and the sun. Like it just so like
up here,
it's so grimdark. It's awesome.
When you say like realistic, you mean like it's not heroic scale, kind of? Is that sort of the feeling
just
you
like
get?
it looks a bit skinnier and like more proportioned correctly. I guess it's because it's Forge World, whereas. You know, how, like some of the fantasy stuff looks, not heroic. Yeah, the big heads, big arms. Yeah.
Just a better sculpt.
This does feel like, I agree. It doesn't, it looks like, heroic proportion. I mean, realistic proportions, which is,
Yeah. Now, very interesting. I don't have this guy. Is he actually a full Middenheim one? Like, he's actually got that sculpted on, like Ulrich and stuff, because I definitely have to get him then if I'm going to go that route.
Got to.
Yep. Yeah. And then you got this. This is cool. The War Wagon.
The War Wagon.
Yes, and on top of that, they've obviously redone a bunch of it. So they've, because apparently everyone I've heard of who's got the original in metal, you can't even put it together because it's so shit in some sense. So they've redone it all, as much as can. I don't know if that means working off a different master or editing the molds. Who knows? But they say, should we read that? What do they say?
What is it again?
And they've got it around the wrong way.
It's above it.
Oh, yeah. This kit has every rivet and bolt resculpted for greater definition, and its horses have been updated with completely new sculpts. It also comes with an exclusive new engineer arm with a Hochland long rifle, but beware, this kit will only be available on made to order. So... Yeah.
Oh, really? Only made to order. They've done all that work to update it. Oh, I missed that bit about the made to order.
Yeah, it's interesting.
That's really surprising.
I don't know if it means it's still a challenge to do. Like maybe I don't know, even when they've redone it in resin, maybe it's something they just don't want to smash out shit ton, or they want to know how much they're having to pump it out. Or maybe they're also like, well, it's going to be popular. We don't want people to miss out. So it's made to order. So you actually have to, like if you made to order, you will get it. You just don't know when. So maybe, I don't know. These horses
tempts me to get one.
They are re-sculpted, but they're technically the same.
Yeah,
they're either the same horse or the same design. So it'd be interesting to see if they're all resin or they come with the plastic horse with resin bits that go on it, because the horses from the Celestial Hurricane and the War Altar are the same sort of horse. Do you know what I mean? So it just has extra little shit on it. So maybe it depends if this is, I don't know. It'd be interesting to see if you just get 2 horses from that kit and it's plastic, but you get you get some extra stuff that hangs off it. I don't know.
What's your thoughts on the engineer? I've heard some.
He's definitely got that old school Empire, like big puffy stuff happening. But he's okay. But I wouldn't buy him by himself. But if he comes in the kit, I'm happy to have him.
Yeah, okay.
What do you think?
I don't mind him. I just heard some people saying, he doesn't look Empire enough. And all that.
Yeah, right.
I think he needs a bigger quill.
Yeah.
Yeah. The thing I do like about this War Wagon is because some of the other made to order, like I'll use the Wyvern from the Orc. There's a lot of the made to order that's come. That's just it's obviously nostalgia. Like It looks
Yeah.
old. It's painted a bit bright and old, even though they've sort of modernized it a bit. This is like, to me, this just looks like a new kit almost. Do you know what I mean? So like it's good. It's all, like I said before, it's like we don't have the Celestial Hurricane, but we have this. It's just a new. You'll see this on the table all the time. I think if it's got good rules and stuff, it'll be something that nearly every Empire army has, which will be cool because it means it feels like you're getting that big centerpiece model, which they haven't really been delivering in the last couple of old world armies.
Yes.
So looking forward to it. Just hopefully when you're made to order it, you get it fairly quick and not like in a year or something. Same thing. Otherwise, Highlands have one, although probably not the same total style as this, but yeah, they do have things that fit. Question though, I'll hit you with this one. Since it's made to order, is it going to be in the Arcade Journal?
Ooh.
Because I can't remember. Is there other
Why
made to
wouldn't it?
order stuff that is in the Arcane Journals? It's like some of them, like you know how like those dwarf ones that were made to order, like those special dragon dwarf dudes or whatever, were like the rules were in the box, or were they in the Arcane Journal?
I thought they were in the Arcane Journal.
Yeah,
Maybe
are they
they
in the Arcane
were, but they
Journal? I
also
think they're in
gave them
both.
to you in the box.
Yeah, I think they were
is
in
that
the
what it
box
was?
too. Yeah.
Okay, that's okay. Because I was a bit
Might
worried,
be
going,
cool.
"Oh, does this mean like it's not in the Arcane Journal, and that, like just in case no one gets it straight away, and they don't want to have like, a model that you can't get a model for, like new rules that you can't get a model for? I don't know."
Yeah.
No, I think it'll be in the Arcane Journal.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm hoping it will. I mean, it'd be stupid if not, but I was just a bit worried about that one. I just haven't seen anything like this made to order. It's a bit weird.
Yeah. No, I'm
Yeah.
quite surprised.
Yeah. Then some other metal ones. You got the what's he called? The Witch Hunter. I've got him in resin anyway, and my resin one's really good, so I'm not going to worry about him. But you got the Griffin Banner dude. I probably have to get him because he's the Griffin Banner, and everyone will have to take the Griffin Banner. I think awesome looking
Warrior Priest.
Warrior Priests. They look really cool, and you get 4 in a pack, so I think they're going to be pretty. Oh, hang on. Oh yeah, you get 4, I think. A gaggle. You get the I haven't even seen these, so that's like, I don't know if that's just they were not as popular, or maybe they're just too old and I didn't see them, but they don't look ridiculously old. They look 6th, 7th edition sort of time. Warriors Priest of Ulrich on foot and on horse. Have you seen these? Like, have you played against them, or you haven't really seen them?
Never seen them before in my life.
Yeah, I actually like the guy on foot. The guy on horse is okay, but the horse sucks as usual. So it'd be interesting if you could.
Well, the horse is just the old one, isn't it?
Yeah, if you could put him on a new horse or something. But then you get a trio of engineers coming back, and then you get the Grand Masters again on the weird ass horses. But
unfortunately, you got to learn to love those horses because they're pretty classic.
And their dudes are probably pretty small, so you probably can't even remount them on like.
No.
Well, I guess you could scale 3D print and scale them down, so you probably could still.
You could scale down a Highlands one, and you could jam him on there. Yeah, that you could do.
And then you got the command group of the Chewton Guard, if I'm saying it right, but not the actual unit, so to speak. So I'm assuming at some point there is a unit, isn't there, of actual other figures?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there
is.
Yes.
Because this will be cool. And what I'm actually excited about is some of the 3D printer people start, and maybe there already is, but start building out some Knights of the Wolf type on foot, to sort of as representative of these. Because I've got no interest in running a unit of metal figures. Like, fuck that. I don't have enough strength.
You don't like to heft?
Carry that round. Nah, it's too hard. Yeah. But I do like this command group, and then that standard bearer looks pretty cool and stuff. So
yeah,
it looks like he's holding it against some pretty crazy wind and everything, but. Yeah, looks pretty cool.
Yeah, it does look pretty windy. You're
right. And then they've only got one picture here of one of these Imperial Ogres. I think in one of the other big shots there.
It's a big unit. Yeah,
that's one of the derpy but nostalgia figures that they're bringing back.
It's like...
doesn't interest me, but I'm assuming some people will like that.
Yeah, it's too. It just doesn't mix. Like it's you got old and then you've got like ancient. Like it's weird. It's like, it's almost this much of a.
It's a fine line.
Yeah,
the uncanny valley of middle to old hammer.
I think. Look, I mean, what's your overall thoughts though? Like, it's probably what you expect. Was there any surprises or like?
That's awesome. Really, I mean, I wasn't expecting them to remaster the war wagon, so that's probably what I'm surprised about.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's pretty cool. But then the made to order thing is confusing.
Yeah. I just hope. I think everyone's in the same boat. Where we just hope whatever the Arcane Journal brings makes not just one, but a couple of different Empire variants. A bit more capable. And it could be done with magic items and magic spells a little bit potentially. Just giving those extra because even their knights like they got core 3-up save knights that have drilled and stubborn. You throw some extra sort of, buffs on those guys, and they're actually quite useful still. Like so, there is some little things that are good about them. They're just lacking a few things. So, I was trying to work out a way maybe and you can't do it because you can only take one of them. But I was like, oh, could you take like double Griffin and double War Altar and just like try and friggin' make people casting at like -6 or something, and they just have no magic. But then you can't take more than one of the War Altar. I was like, surely there's something here, but yeah, to see. I did bring up some of the other pictures that we did see from the actual reveal. So you got the army shot, but in the front is probably what they're talking about is the 2 special characters. So some type of awesome dude on foot with I think it's a huge hammer and a huge griffin thing on his head.
That's almost like Bretonian in size, that helm.
Yeah, it's massive, isn't it?
On his head.
And then you've
Space
got
Marine too,
can't really see it.
Custard or something. It's nuts.
The guy, and then like a Knight's Panther or something with a rearing horse, which they sort of talked about. I don't know if it was in this article, I've just missed it, but they definitely mentioned about special characters being, I think, a Knight's Panther sort of guy, which is pretty cool. And actually, I did see this floating around and I thought it sort of does. I'll bring it up on this other screen again. Sorry, hang on. Do you think it's reminiscent a little bit of that famous picture? If I could bring it up big, the Knight's Panther rearing up. I mean, it's different, but I mean, it's hard to see what it looks like. But it's the very famous John Blanche Knight Panther rearing on like a cliff edge. And some people have said that it's potentially could be something, at least harking back to that a little bit. It's different, but they're bringing back the old dude on a Pegasus, on the old Pegasus, the one as well, the Imperial
Pegasus.
Yeah. That's him there. There it is. This is you sent me this one. Yeah. So these guys, they're very classic. That one.
Oh yeah, it's getting old.
Yeah. Now that's the new. Yeah. So. It's going to be a good. Hopefully, we see more Empire on there. Yeah, you can see some of the other Empire, the ogres in the background there.
Yeah,
so you got the old ogres there
on the war wagon. Yeah,
cool. Before we get off the Empire,
well, I was going to ask, what's your thoughts? Because you haven't really. You're the Empire player.
Oh, I love it. I mean, I'm excited to start another. I think I'm just going to use it to start another province. I just hope we see more of them. I think they're one of the. At least I'm going back to 8th and probably even 5th and stuff. They're one of these armies that they're never supposed to be that powerful, but they all relied on like the buffs and the synergistic views. So they're not an easy army to play. They're just, and because they've been so infantry centric. They're just failing a bit, but I think, if you put the, I don't know, I sometimes feel like if you had the 8th edition buff wagons in the back of these infantry blocks in Old World, they might actually even be more useful. If you're getting -1 to hits and +1 to whatever, I can't remember what the other one did. One was -1 or +1 to hit, and the other one was something. Gave you a ward save. You know, like you do
Yeah.
the prayers plus you got the buff wagons, like it becomes a quite cool little army. So
Mm.
no, looking forward to getting on the table, hopefully.
Yeah, sweet.
And I like painting humans, so yeah, it'd be good to smash some more out at some point when I actually pick up the paintbrush again. So before I get off Empire, though, again, going back to Reddit, people were talking about the fact that they have to have altered some of the plastic molds because there's a lot of Empire stuff that had the KF runes in the plastic. And then in any of the pictures, they're not there. And I went and had a look at some of that. And I think it's true in some sense. So definitely, my buff wagons definitely have Emperor Karl Franz in the side panels of the panel of the war wagon. And then in the new one, it's got Sigma Heldenhammer in there. So very interesting what they've tried to do there. And some people are saying they probably didn't have to redo the whole mold, but they can actually like fill and paste and etch it back in. Like, so that's pretty crazy stuff that they're doing if that's the case. The wheels on here, this is the people are saying the wheel, that's not technically true. The wheels came, at least the one I've got, has KF on some of them and Sigma on others. So it could be a potential that they've just, I don't know, like
just got rid of the,
or they're just showing you the S ones. I don't know, you know. But yeah, there's them. There's a bunch of shields that had the KF like on there, which are now not there. So whether or not we'll get them and they're still there, but they've just filed them off. I guess we don't know until we actually get the plastics. Which is pretty funny. And obviously with the big Imperial Griffin, you don't ever see the Karl Franz image, but I'm assuming he would still be in there. But like, don't know, because he was the dude on the Griffin.
Yeah.
Yeah. So be interesting to see, because it is one of the armies that obviously, you know, had it emblazoned. Yeah, I've got this guy. It says Karl Franz on it, does, and then it doesn't have it on that guy. So did they just shave it off in the mold, or did they shave it off in the plastic? You know, who knows? I guess we'll find out. Shows the attention to detail that they're doing, not just like smashing it out for nothing, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
Again, I don't have the Imperial Griffin like sprue, but I think it came with a bunch of different shield like things you put on the breastplate of the Griffin, one of them being Karl Franz, but one of them, the one I've got, is like it's blank, so you can write anything on it. So potentially you might still get the Karl Franz one, but it's got other ones that are blank, so it doesn't matter.
Yes.
Yeah. But yeah, interesting nonetheless. I didn't really think of that until someone brought that up. Oh, there's another version here where you've got the old metal engineer guy.
Oh, yeah.
And he had KF on his hammer, and it's gone.
So then, some poor sod out there is going to get KF on his forehead.
Yeah, that's right. Get smashed. So, yeah, cool. Looking forward to it. Hopefully we see it early in the new year. If we don't, like when I say early, I think like first release. But then someone else said the first release is going to be that Imperial 40k army. It's good.
Yeah, before the old war comes out.
But I'm still assuming it's going to be like in Jan, surely.
Yeah, surely.
Yeah. But we did a live stream, and then I left, and then Gitmob in AOS got release. We got to talk about these guys, because like, what the hell is Games Workshop doing? Why are these in Gitmob when I've got the Gitmob book, like the Gloomspite kits, codexes or whatever the hell they're called, and they talk about that they shun the sun and that they're freaking like, because they're night goblins, and then they got these dudes emblazoned with the sun and flying around in what looks like desert in their chariots. I just, these are old world. What are they doing? These are old world figures. Put them in old world. It's so weird. And then we didn't get Kitnik or our Arcane Journal, and then this guy comes out. So you're going to see a lot of this guy being
Yeah, I
Kitnik in Old World. And I think it was Val saying, or someone, that when you read his fluff, they even talk about that his weapon has like a blunt side and a sharp side or something. And it's even got it in the figure. So it's really weird. Yeah. Anyway, I don't know. It's just interesting. But they are pretty, schmick looking. Like I've always said, AOS have been doing great models, and hopefully we'll see this quality as we get like re-released, figures, and not just new figures, not just re-released ones. Kind of cool seeing double. They're what do you call it when you
Tandem.
is it boosting? No, like when you're a kid and you got two people on your bike. What was that called again? You take someone for a Dinky, was it? Yeah, something. Yeah. Put him on the bike. But this is funny because I've been printing chariots, and I've got 4 good avatars of war, and I printed 4 of the I can't remember who they are, but the other Beholder miniatures, and I just think the Beholder ones are a little lacking in pizzazz. I'll say, like the avatars of war gob chariots are like pretty like animated and spiky and stuff. But these I think go really nice with them. I think you could easily blend them and have some variants.
Yeah.
You could.
And they look, I think they'll go on 50s by 100s. So yeah, I think you'll see a lot of these Git mob coming into Old World for sure.
Yeah. So how many chariots do you need?
I was going to run 8 at some try with 8, but yeah. But one of them I wanted to have a shaman on a chariot, and they brought that guy out as well. They got a boss on a chariot, and they got a shaman on a chariot. So heaps cool. So definitely try some of them. I don't know if it's the same kit, or maybe they'll have different kits. Maybe they'll just have the same underlying chariot, but just put a different model on it. So it's 2 different kits.
Scroll down. Sorry, it's usually the mount. If the mounts are the same, they do look very similar, don't they?
Yeah. I think so. They've probably got slightly different heads and shape, like where the wolves are looking and stuff. But yeah.
Yeah, no, that's cool.
Then you get this guy, which is the new Doom Diver. Again, I don't know. I think this has gone a bit too AOS. Well, it's not even AOS-y. It's just like, is this from Ogre Kingdoms or what is this? It's like the scrap launcher cross. I don't know. The Doom Diver to me is a Night Goblin thing, and these guys don't look Night Goblin-y, so it's a bit weird. But they didn't bring the Doom Diver out, did they, in the release for? I don't think that. Or was it? Was it re-released? Oh, maybe it was. Because the Rock Lobber wasn't it? Do you guys remember what was released for Orcs?
No, it was a long time ago.
Yeah, I can't remember. Yeah, I don't know. A bit too busy. I actually don't mind the 8th or 7th, 8th edition Doom Diver. So, yeah, I don't know if you'll see this one as much, but it's a bit weird. But it's cool that they're revisiting some of those, and still calling it the Doom Diver and stuff. I think that's pretty cool. But just, I don't know if it's a bit of a weird model for me. It's still harking back to the old one, like you got the slimy, launching pad and stuff.
Little ramp.
Be interesting. You might be able to like kit bash this thing and take the catapult off as separate, and then use this for something else. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's like I don't mind it as like the model. Like I think the model's kind of cool, but like definitely doesn't fit the narrative at all.
Yeah,
like just like some of the details. Like I think that the model's very detailed in some respects. Like it.
Yeah. It's very
kind of looks cool. Like,
Having said that, the Night Goblins, why are Night Goblins the Doom Divers anyway? Because again, aren't they supposed to have come out of caves? Like, why are they firing stuff off in the air? So maybe they're better off being this type of look where they're not actually sort of Night Goblin-y, I don't know.
Yeah.
Cool. It's like, so that was a definitely bonus, and I didn't even know it was coming. And this guy's cool. I think I'd get that guy if I was running that sort of character. I mean, he's pretty big, I'd imagine, but it'd be interesting if you can fit him on a I don't know. I guess he's supposed to be on a 25 by 50 though. Oh, might be a bit hard. Don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There was the
that
Khan
should
on
be
the wolf
spinning on
too,
that.
wasn't there? That
Oh, was
looks,
there as well?
yeah. I don't know where it was, but there was another
I
model.
might have missed that. Was there? Okay.
He had all the heads coming off him. He looked like the Slitters, Hobgrot Slitter sort of style.
Yeah.
So that could be good for your Chaos Dwarves.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Sorry. Yes, you're talking. Oh, not the. Yes, you're right. Sorry, you're talking about the Hobgrit, Hobgit. What are they called? Hobgrot. Hobgrots. Yeah, they did. They had the other guy for that. Yeah, so yeah.
Yeah, on the wolf.
There's heaps of definitely crossovers with the AOS for some of these models, these armies. So yeah. Ah, man, and then we got another release, which we'll go to quickly, which is came out last night. Frydaal, the Chainmaker. We heard a rumor that she was coming at some point, and she's here in. We don't know when she's here. She's not actually out yet, as such. But in the new Forge World resin, which I said the ones I've bought are really good quality. They go together like perfect, so they are good sculpts. And she's obviously part of the narrative at the moment.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on her? Like she's bring her up a bit. I mean, sometimes you zoom too far in, the paint job looks bad, but yeah.
She a lot of skulls going on. You get more skulls.
I don't
actually
mind
thought she'd
her.
have more chain.
Yeah,
I thought she'd have like
true.
a manacle or
Chain
something,
maker.
like
Yeah.
being the chain maker.
I think the horns look a bit weird, but they're supposed to be weird, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't mind her. I think she'd look pretty. She'd look pretty good. If
She's-
anything,
she's
the
pretty
worst part
big,
is the
isn't she?
chains.
She is
Yeah,
big.
yeah.
Because she's
big.
on a 30 base, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it's going to be massive, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think overall I don't mind the model.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty
It's
imposing.
just good to see. It gives you confidence that they're going to, flesh out any of the ones they've missed. Like, I mean, it'd be interesting to see what they do now with
That's a
what's his
good
name,
point.
Kitnick. Hopefully they do
Yeah,
just
'cause-
flesh them out that they've missed.
I think we'd all sort of assumed that we weren't getting a model for her, like, it would have been released a while ago. And
Well, wasn't
all the
there
other
an
stuff would have
AOS
come
figure that
out.
people were like, we said, oh, that's her? Like there's that
Hmm.
woman, Marauder
was
or
it?
whatever.
Yeah.
Can't remember what it
Yeah.
was.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, the one with the like leaping with the axe.
Yeah.
Not that narrows it down.
Yeah.
That's true.
Be interesting to see. And we already got that, and we got the dwarf one as well. So it'd be interesting to see. I think next year, you might get an Empire release, but the next week there might be a pre-order for one of these guys, and then pre-order for the dwarf one, and then so you probably start.
Yeah, I'm
getting a
hoping-
bunch of
yeah.
like little old world releases, even though they're just small.
Yeah. Just keep coming.
Hopefully we're through the hump of radio silence that we've had for the last,
Yeah.
2 or 3 months.
Yeah, it's been a bit slow. Yeah, which is fine. I mean, you don't mind it too slow, but yeah, you just want to. It's more just
No,
that
but
you
you
want
just wanna
the
get all the
complete
armies
game
out.
out. Yeah,
that's right. You want all the
100%.
arcane journals out. You want all the armies out.
Yeah.
Yeah. You want people to buy whatever army they want to play.
I mean, it sucks that the legacy ones technically aren't out, but if once you get 9 out and there's 3 armies, effectively 3 army lists, it's 27 different army lists that you got to get in your head.
Yeah.
That you can play, and then obviously I think everyone's agreed that they definitely will bring back the legacy faction. So it's a complete game when that's like that. That's for sure. And then if they add Cathay and all that, I mean, this is it's just huge. So
Yeah. Nah, it will be.
Yeah.
There's a
Or
lot of-
forward
Vampire
to
Coast.
Yeah.
Pirates.
Imagine that. Vampire Coast plastic, Cathay and Kislev, all plastic range, all army new ones. That'd be
It'd be
freaking-
huge. It would.
Yeah. Oh, it would.
That would be nuts. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be. That's the dream.
You know what they could redo? I don't know. This is probably unrelated. I feel like, am I right in saying just normal chaos, demons, infantry stuff would need a redo? Or did AOS redo some of them? Because I know the AOS did a few of the Zench ones, but do they do like pink horrors and are they not like?
No, the same as the plastics in 8th.
Yeah, so they've been old. Yeah, it'd be cool if like, because that just feels like that would be used in all the game systems. So I just wonder but maybe they did. What about Plague Bearers and all that and AOS and 40K? Are they the same ones?
I think they're all the same. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, okay. Yeah.
I didn't think they were that old, but look,
Yeah, they might
that's
not
just
be,
me.
but
yeah.
But I mean, demons are just a weird fantasy thing that they could go all out with. Because some of the newer demon-y stuff does look cool. So I was just wondering at some point if they needed them as well in plastics, because they could sell them to all the different game systems, you know.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, cool. Well, that's old worldish. I don't know if there's anything else to cover on that, but we've got a lot to look forward to once the new year clicks over.
Yes.
Yeah.
I really need to start some painting.
War wagon.
Finish these friggin' chariots. And another wyvern and get my trolls done, because I would like all 3 armies of the orcs that I can play, you know, and play around with. And I've got the figures. I just need to get them done. So get off my bum.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I'm cracking on too. Finally getting around to painting up some of the cult Slanesh that I've been sort of primed and sitting and playing with unpainted. But I'm finally going, I want to get done enough tiles. I can get them done now.
Yeah. Cool. Okay. Well, looks like my lights went off in the back here, so it's probably telling me to go to bed soon. So might wrap this one up, guys. That was a 2-hour one. Hopefully people got some stuff painted. We didn't, but maybe if you listen back. If you enjoy our weekly ramblings, just remember to leave us a 5-star review if you could on your podcast software choice, or if you're on YouTube, hit the like, subscribe button and comment on our latest videos. We've got a hobby. I'm going to do a hobby hour, and by the time this comes out, it might be today or tomorrow that time. So depending on, so just check our YouTube channel. And I think we're going to obviously try to get a battle report out soon and get back into some faction reviews hopefully in the next week or so. So more to look forward to. Check us out over on patreon.com/oldworldfanatics. If you need to send us any messages, YouTube's probably the best, but we're on all the socials at Old World Fanatics. Until next time, thanks for listening to another episode of Old World Fanatics. And Josh, Andrew, chat to you next week if I don't talk to you before then.
Yep, see you later, mate.
See you guys.